Hello, everyone, and welcome to your 6 p.m. yoga practice for Tuesday. And I hope you're doing well. You can see that I'm wearing a bit of a jacket. So, it's a little bit cold in Johannesburg, and a little bit was a bit dull and rainy today. So I'm not sure how many of you are going to join. I think the weather's been pretty sort of sleepy weather so far, but it's 6 p.m. on the head, so we're gonna start. And if you can hear my mic, please send me a thumbs up if you're joining, or um, if everything is cool, just start to join. But how we're gonna start is we're gonna start in a shavasana pose. So that's gonna be flat down on your mats. So if you're not sure what it looks like, you're gonna be coming into your shavasana, and then start to make any subtle adjustments that you need to on your mat. Just take this moment to slow down your breath and deepen it. Channel your breath into your belly. Start to check in with your heartbeat and notice how your heartbeat might slow down as you deepen the breath. And from here, when you're ready, you're going to start to do a body scan starting at the toes. So the next in-breath, squeezing the muscles in the feet. And on the next out-breath, release. And moving up through the body, doing this activation as you move. So on the in-breath, activating the muscles in the legs. And on the out-breath, release. And moving up through the body in your own time doing this. Finding that activation on the in-breath and the relaxation on the out-breath. By the time you reach your face, make sure you aren't holding any tension in the jaw. Make sure you're not gritting your teeth. And gently start to roll the tongue over the teeth. Start to move the eyeballs left and right, up and down, back clockwise and counterclockwise. And then from there, take a very deep breath in, fill up the lungs and fill up the belly. Gently sigh it all out through the mouth. Take another very deep breath in. Stay with the breath for slightly longer. Slightly more powerfully sighing it all out. And then doing this for one last time in your own time, taking a very deep breath in. Fill up the lungs, fill up the belly. And then when your body tells you, very powerfully sighing it all out, starting to extend your arms over your head as you stretch and lengthen. And then starting to hug your knees in towards your chest, rolling from side to side, giving your back a bit of a massage. And then from there, when you're ready, you're going to roll onto your mat, onto your hands and knees as you come into your box-shaped position. Starting to align your wrists to stack underneath your shoulders. Make sure that your index fingers are parallel to one another. Knees are stacking underneath the hips. And if you look in between your legs, you shouldn't see your feet. And then once you have that, very gently starting to move through your cat and a cow. So on the inhale, coming into that cow stretch, bring the scapula towards each other. Looking forward, feel for the stretch through the front body. And on the exhale, draw the chin in towards the chest, broaden through the back as you move into that cat. Just starting to link your breath to your movement. And look to articulate through the spine as much as you can. Go one vertebra at a time if you can. And then when you're ready, start to freestyle through the movement, move in any way that feels good in the body. That might be pushing back or pushing forward, rolling over the wrist, shaking or moving the hips, moving the neck, anything that feels good. And then from here, we're going to come into something known as a puppy pose. So what you're going to do is you're going to start to lower or extend the hands forward and then start to lower your forehead down, opening up through the chest as you do this. Start to feel for the stretch through the front body as you do this. Feel your rib cage open up. Take a very deep breath in and gently sigh it all out. And when you're ready, coming back up into that box shape. And then from here, you're going to start to come up onto your knees, maybe turning to face forward. All right, so from here, we're going to be doing a little bit of opening through the chest, using or going for camel pose. But what you're going to do is you're going to keep your core nice and active as you do this. And then you're going to start to take your hands and support your sacrum. And that's by placing your hands just above your buttocks, just below the lower back. Keeping the core active, what you're going to do is you're going to start to push the pelvis forward, open up through the chest. And if it feels good to look upwards, you can do that. And the toes can be tucked or untucked, whichever feels more comfortable for you. But all you're doing is on the inhale, you're pushing the pelvis forward. And on the exhale, you're bringing the pelvis back into neutral. And you're just going to start to move through this in your own time. And if you feel you want to go slightly deeper by pushing the pelvis slightly more out, you can do so. And when you're done with your last one, coming back to neutral. And from here, we're going to go into gaze pose. So what you're going to do is you're going to start to extend your right leg out towards the side. And the toes are going to be pointing forward. Your left hip is going to be stacked underneath your left knee. And then you're going to start to inhale and take the arms up and overhead, reaching for the sky, lengthening through the spine. And then from there, take the right hand down, lower it down onto that right leg. Left hand reaches for the sky as you stretch and lengthen. Breathe through the left side of the body as you do this. And then on the next inhale, start to come back up towards center. Bring the palms to touch. And on the exhale, draw the palms into the heart center. From here, you're going to start to pivot that leg, flex the foot, lift that foot up, and notice if you can rotate the hip back. Try and bring the outside edge of the foot down onto the mat. Rotate the foot back. Now the big toe is touching the front of the mat. Rotate the foot backwards. Take the pinky toe down towards the mat. Rotate the foot forward. Rotate the foot back. And then on the last one, lower the foot back down. Now extend your left arm out towards the side, like you're pushing something away. And then start to bring that left hand to stack underneath the left shoulder. Right hand is going to pull the string of the bow as you twist and open. Opening up through the spine. And then take that right hand over your right ear. Lengthen through the side body, breathe through the right side of the rib cage. And then starting to inhale, come back up. And on the exhale, draw the palms into the heart center. Bring the right knee in and just readjusting and realigning. And then from there, starting to extend the opposite leg out. The foot is towards the front. And then just starting to inhale, take the arms up and overhead, lengthen. Excuse me. And then from there, lowering the left hand down, right hand starts to reach for the sky. Feel for the stretch through the side body. Breathe through the right side of the rib cage. Inhale, start to come back up. Bring the palms to touch. And on the exhale, start to draw the palms into the heart center. From here, pivoting from the hips, take that leg up. And then rotate that leg back. See if you can lower the pinky toe down towards the mat. Rotate forward. Bring the big toe down. Rotate back. Pinky down. Rotate forward. And last time, rotate back. Rotate forward. Place the foot flat down. Now extend the right hand out towards the right side. Lower it down. Left hand will start to pull the string of the bow as you twist and open. Reach for the sky and lengthen and stretch. Take the left hand over your left ear and stretch. Start to inhale, come back up. Bring the palms to touch. And on the exhale, draw the palms into the heart center. And then when you're ready, start to bring that knee back in. And then from here, you're going to come back into your box shape. Finding a cat spine, broaden through the back. And then extend both legs towards the back as you come into your plank. Nice and strong. And then start to push back into your downward facing dog. Just feeling for that stretch through the back body as you do so. Move around in your down dog. And move in any way that feels good in the body. And you're going to hang out in your down dog for a few extra seconds. Just working on that stretch. And then when your body tells you, you're going to start to lower down into a child's pose, pushing your knees down or pushing your buttocks down onto your heels. Lower the forehead down. And then from there, taking left hand, thread it underneath the right as you come into a twist. Starting to inhale, come back towards center. On the next exhale, twist to the opposite side. And then inhale, starting to come back towards center. So from here, here's what you're going to do. You're going to start to form cupcakes under your hands, be on the fingertips. And we're going to work a little bit on rolling the spine. So try and make your shoulders are below your wrists. And we're going to roll the spine like so. So you're going to start to uncurl. The spine is going to be in flexion and then open up. Spine goes into extension and lower down. And repeat in your own time. Uncurl, open, lower down, uncurl, open, lower down. Few more in your own time. And when you're done with your last one, you're going to come back into downward facing dog. From here, starting to shorten your dog by a foot or a foot and a half. And we're going to go for a twisted dog. So taking your right hand, you're going to grab onto the outside left ankle and look underneath your left armpit. And then on the next inhale, come back towards center. And on the next exhale, left hand goes to underneath, to left ankle. Left hand goes to right ankle, looking underneath the right armpit. Inhale, come back towards center. Begin to walk your feet towards your hands. And when your feet meet your hands, fold forward. If it feels good to sway from side to side, do so. Start to lower your hands down towards the floor, starting to pull chin in towards chest, beginning to uncurl, stack and rise. Spine will find neutral, beginning to inhale, take the arms up and overhead, finding a high mountain. And then on the exhale, starting to draw the palms into the heart center. And inhale, rise up onto the balls of the feet. Find your balance, hold it there. 3, 2, 1. Lower the heels back and down. Bring the palms back to your side. Alrighty, guys. So we still have quite a lot of time. Just seeing what people are saying. Nobody's really saying much. Right, but so from here, we're going to be making this quite a yin session. So there's a lot of stretch involved. Not so much yang today. But what you're going to do is you're going to start to take your right knee and stack it in front of your left. And then inhale and take the right hand up and overhead, reaching for the sky, lengthening through the spine. Taking your left arm, grab onto that right shoulder and lift. Reaching up and then starting to side bend and extend your right arm towards the left side of the ceiling. You should feel a bit of a stretch through the right side of the body, through the rib cage, through the hip. Starting to inhale, come back towards center. And on the exhale, swan dive the arms, hinge from the hips, lower down. Pull your chin in towards your chest. From there, beginning to uncurl, stack and rise, nice and slow, nice and deliberate. And then starting to inhale, take the arms up and overhead. Reaching for the sky, lengthening through the spine. Draw the palms into the heart center. And then from here, keeping that cross with the legs, but coming onto the edges of your feet. And then when you're ready, you're going to start to lower yourself down into a cross-legged position. Okay, and if you need to sit on a block to make this more accessible for you, do so. Or a cushion or a pillow, anything that feels more accessible. But starting to inhale, take the arms up and overhead. And on the exhale, start to hinge from the hips and fold forward, lowering the forehead down and pulling the chin in towards the chest. Breathe deeply while you're here and relax into the stretch. On the next exhale, walk your hands towards your left side, walk your forehead towards your left knee as you stretch and lengthen. On the inhale, start to walk the hands back towards center. On the exhale, start to move the hands to the opposite side. Beginning to inhale, start to come back towards center, and you're going to start to uncalf, stack and rise. And then on the inhale, start to open up through the chest, pull the scapula towards each other. And then inhale, taking the arms up and overhead, lengthen through the spine. And on the exhale, start to draw the palms into the heart center. And we're going to repeat this movement in our own time. So on the exhale, extend, find a cat spine. And on the inhale, finding a cow spine, open up through the chest. Take the arms up and overhead, lengthen through the spine. On the exhale, draw the palms into the heart center. And you're going to repeat this in your own movement. On the exhale, extend, cat spine. Inhale, open, cow spine. Lift the hands up, reach for the sky, keep the core active. Exhale, draw the palms back into the heart center. Extend. Inhale, open up through the chest. Bring the palms up. Exhale, pull the palms down. Extend. Last time, inhale, open. Lift. Exhale, close. And then from here, working on mobilizing the shoulders a bit. So all you're going to do is you're going to place your hands on your knees and then starting to roll the shoulders back. Just getting the scapula moving and starting to lubricate those muscles or get those muscles to be nice and loose around the neck and shoulder girdle area and the upper back. And if it feels good to roll one shoulder and then the other shoulder and then the other, you're going to do that. And then starting to roll forward as you did. And then rolling one shoulder forward, rolling another shoulder, and just moving through this. And when you're done, taking right hands to left knee, You're going to start to use your left hand to support you behind you, but starting to inhale and lengthen through the spine. And then on the exhale, what you're going to do is you're going to twist, looking towards the left shoulder. And on the next inhale, starting to come back towards center. And now left hand towards right knee, lengthen through the spine, brace the core, and exhale and twist. Beginning to inhale, come back towards center. You're going to start to extend your arms forward, pull them back, really pulling the shoulder blades towards each other. And then starting to extend the hands and lower them down. And open up through the chest. Feel for the opening through the chest and the lengthening through the front body. From here, coming back to neutral, using your hands if you need to, you're then going to start to lift up and rise up. Back into that cross-legged position. Undo the legs, and now we're going to do the opposite side. So starting to take your left knee, cross it in front of your right. This time starting to float your left hand up and overhead. Reaching for the sky, lengthening to the spine, bring right hand to left. Grab onto the wrist and side bend towards the right side. Stretch and lengthen. Inhale, come back towards center. On the exhale, start to swan dive the arms, fold forward, lower down. Hinge from the hips. Pull your chin in towards your chest. And then from there, nice and slow, beginning to uncurl, stack and rise. Taking the arms out to the side, and then starting to inhale, take the arms up and overhead, and on the exhale, draw the palms into the heart center. And then as you did, coming onto the edges of your feet, and starting to lower yourself down. And this time you're in that cross-legged position on the opposite side, so the opposite leg is in the front, and then starting to inhale. Take the arms up and overhead, and on the exhale, fold forward, lower yourself down. Try and breathe deeply while you're here. On the next exhale, walk your hands towards your right side, walk your forehead towards your right knee. On the next inhale, come back to center, and on the exhale, move to the opposite side. Starting to inhale, come back towards center, begin to uncurl, stack and rise. And then from there, on the next inhale, opening up through the chest and reaching out to the sides. And then inhale, start to take the arms up and overhead, lengthen through the spine, and on the exhale, draw the palms into the heart center. Doing that same movement, extend, open, inhale, exhale, pull back, exhale, extend, inhale, open. Very interesting. I'm just playing with my hands because I can see myself in the camera. You'll notice that one hand seems to be higher than the other, so I'm just going to play with that for a bit. Open, reach for the sky, exhale, close, extend, open, reach, exhale, close, and that's the last one. And then as we did, once again, placing the hands on the knees, starting to roll the shoulders back, and rolling one at a time, and then rolling the shoulders forward, and then rolling one at a time. And once again, going into a twist, so taking the left hand towards right knee, lengthen through the spine, brace the core, and exhale as you twist. Starting to inhale, come back towards center. Right hand goes to left knee, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and twist. Come back to center. And then from there, extending the hands forward and start to pull them back. And then lower the hands down. Extend, open up through the chest. And then from there, when you're ready, come back into neutral. And then as you did, start to lift up using your hands if you need to. And then starting to come back. And then from there, we're going to start to lower down into a Malasana squat. Just want to see how much time we have left. Still plenty of time. Okay, so you're going to be lowering down into that Malasana squat. And remember, you can sit on a cushion or a block if you need to. But if your legs start to come, if your heels start to come off the ground, that's okay. Bringing the hands forward in that squat. From here, you're going to take your right hand out to the right side. Fingertips make contact with the floor. And then the left hand is going to start to pull the string of the bow as you twist and open. Pull that elbow as high as you can before you open. Lower that left hand back towards the right. Exhale, pull the string of the bow once again. Stretch and open. Lower the hand down once again. Exhale, pull the string of the bow, stretch and open. 2 more in your own time, pulling the string of the bow, stretch and open. Lower the hand down, stretch and open. And then lowering that hand down, now bring the left hand out to the left side. Right hand will pull the string of the bow, stretch, pull and open. Inhale, lower it back down. Exhale, pull, open. Inhale, lower that down. Exhale, pull, open. Last 2. Pull and open. And last one, pull and open. Lower yourself down, and then from there you're going to start to lower yourself down onto your buttocks. And taking the legs wider than hip width. The feet are going to be more or less flat down. Your hands are supporting you behind you, so it might be like you're chilling at the beach. And what you're going to do is you're going to start to move your knees to one side. So you'll notice I form a 90-degree angle and a 90-degree angle. And then you're going to start to move to the other side, once again forming that 90-degree and a 90-degree with the legs. And then all you're going to do is you're going to start to move through this in your own time. So moving one way, and then moving another way, and just moving through this. And if you want to take your hands out of the equation as you lift, you're going to start to bring the hands up. And you should feel a bit of a stretch through the side body if you do that. Lifting up, moving through this. Just moving through it. So this is going to be very good for the hips, especially if you've been sitting in front of a desk for 8 hours or more. And the next time you come to your left side, you're going to stop there and try and make sure that your left shin is parallel to the mat. Flex the foot. And then from here, we're going to go into a baby pigeon. So keeping the lower back straight. Try and make sure that your knee is in line with your pelvis, or your left knee is in line with your left pelvic bone. And then you're going to start to keep that lower back straight and then inhale. And then starting to fold forward as you come into a pigeon stretch. We call this baby pigeon. Try and deepen your breath while you're here and relax into the stretch. And then from there, taking a very deep breath in, gently sidle out. You're going to start to come back up and then start to rotate the legs to the other side, to the other way. And then as you did, keep the lower back straight or keep the lower back active. And then start to make sure that your right knee is now in line with your right pelvic bone. Lengthen, move forward, and then fold forward and lower yourself down. Deepen your breathing. And then from there, taking a deep breath in, and you're going to start to come back up. Okay, so I just want to check in with the time, see how much time we have left. Okay, we've still got a little bit of time. So here's what we're going to do. Right, you're going to come into a straddle position or an L sit. We're just going to finish off with a few gentle twists before we come into our Shavasana. So starting to bring your right knee in towards your chest, hugging it in, flexing that left foot. Try and get a neutral spine, straight spine, and then you're going to wrap that left hand around the right knee, starting to inhale and lengthen through the spine. And on the exhale, twist and bring the left shoulder towards the right knee. Starting to come back towards center. And then from here, you're going to start to lower that right knee down towards the side. Bring the right foot into the inside left inner thigh, keeping that left foot nice and straight and flexed. Try and make sure that the pelvic bones are equidistant to the front, and we're just going to come into a gentle forward fold. So starting to inhale, lengthen through the spine, and then hinge from the hips and fold forward, and then pull your chin in towards your chest. From here, taking your right hand, grab onto the left ankle, take your left hand out towards the side, and what you're going to do is you're going to use that left ankle as an anchor, and using your right hand, you're going to pull that left ankle and see if you can counter twist or rotate to the other side. So you should feel a bit of a stretch through the on the inside of the shoulder blade or on the inside of the back between the scapula. On the next exhale, release. And then extend that leg, that right leg. Bring the left knee into the chest, hug it in. Flexing the right foot and wrap that right hand around. Taking a deep breath in, lengthen through the spine. And on the exhale, start to twist. This time, your right shoulder is to your left knee. Starting to come out of your twist. Now lower that left foot into the inner right thigh. Bring the left knee down. Try and get the hips and pelvis square, and then inhale, lengthen through the spine, and on the exhale, fold forward. And then from here, taking our counter twist, so left hand goes to that right ankle. That right ankle is used as a anchor. Take your right hand out towards the side, and then you're going to counter twist and stretch. And then start to release, starting to come back towards center, and then straightening both legs and pointing the toes to the bottom of your mat. And then from there, trying to keep your heels making a connection with the floor or on the mat. Start finding a cat spine, start to reach your hands forward, and then start to lower yourself down. Nice and slow, one vertebra at a time. The objective is to try and keep the heels touching the mat. And then once you're there, start to find your Shavasana and relax and release. And then from there, gently starting to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Taking a yawn if that feels good, but taking your arms over your head, stretching out and lengthening. And then hugging your knees in towards your chest. And using your right arm as a pillow, rolling onto your right side, or left arm onto the left side. And then when you're ready, starting to come back up into a comfortable seated position. Doesn't have to be cross-legged, with your palms at your heart center and your hands together. From here, just taking this moment to acknowledge the energy and the effort that you have put into this practice. Honor the warrior within you that strives to change that which you can change. Honor the yogi within you that accepts that which you cannot change, and cultivate the wisdom and the awareness to know the difference. Bringing your palms to your forehead, to your lips, and back to your heart. Gently blink the eyes open. I thank you for practicing. And so you would have noticed that that was quite a yin session, very, very relaxed. And so, yeah, every now and then it's good to do a yin session, sort of align with the weather and all of that. So you might be feeling a bit sleepy after that. So that might be a cue to maybe have an early morning, sorry, an early evening. And remember, as always, try and drink a lot of fluid after the session, a lot of water just to flush out the session. And I thank you for joining me as usual. Any sort of feedback or anything like that is really appreciated. And I will be doing the next session on Thursday. So I'll see you Thursday, 6 p.m. if you're joining. And if you have any questions or any comments, reach out to me. I really appreciate. Thank you very much.